Hey everyone, it's all the Warriors. So, you might have realised there's not a Chapter 18 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Why is this, I hear you asking? Well, unfortunately, because of Sony's default ability to block scenes out, I can't actually record that stream. All you'd be able to hear is my lovely dulcet tones and a lot of button pressing, which is something that I would have rather you didn't hear all the time. So, what I'm going to do is just say, bottom line is they get away from the Shinra building and they have to fight a bunch of three particular whispers, those ghost-like creatures. You have to fight a massive whisper that sends out three elemental type whispers along, if that makes any sense whatsoever. One's fire, one's thunder, one's ice. Use the opposing elements against them. You beat that thing. You've got to then fight Sephiroth, and essentially it starts off a one-on-one Sephiroth against Cloud. Then after beating him down a wee bit, Aerith joins the party, and then that finishes off with Tifa joining the party, and that really is the end of it. End game, and there's a few people. As I say, it's a remake, so it's not going to be exactly the same as the original. There are some characters that you saw in the original died in the original, and also you saw a character who was presumed dead prior to the original. They make a reappearance, and the plot is left open for these guys to return in part two of the remake, which is something we'll see in the future. Whether that's going to be released on PS5 on its own, or if we're going to see that in PS4 as well, time will have to wait and tell us on that one. But there is going to be another video on Final Fantasy VII Remake. The very last one is just going to be my usual tying up loose ends, doing a couple of quests, getting a few trophies here and there. Something I didn't actually realise the first time I played it through off screen. There's another combat simulator in Chapter 17. Chapter selection has been unlocked, so you can jump between all the chapters. Hard mode has been unlocked. Difference with hard mode is that you cannot use items at all. So that makes it a bit more challenging. You can only restore hit points at your save points and things, or your benches, that kind of thing. And but there's other things like another combat simulator in Chapter 17 in Hojo's lab, which we will be visiting in the next video. And yeah, it's just going to be completing as many quests as we can in the tie-up video. So it's probably going to be at least an hour long, but you'll see that in the next episode. So thanks for your understanding on the missing Chapter 18. If you haven't played it already, go play it. I don't want to give everything away. It's the game of the year 2020 for a reason. It was easily the most anticipated game. If you've been following the channel, if you've been following everything so far, if you're a Final Fantasy fan at all, or if you're brand new to Final Fantasy, definitely you play the game through, and Chapter 18 is just worth it just to look through it. So probably the shortest explanation of Chapter 18. Don't want to be sitting here giving a full talk through of what's going on, but that's really it. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks very much for your support as always. Please do support the channel. Share it with your friends, subscribe, like the videos, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.